Welcome to the Hooked Pod. I'm Chunk.
And I am the Chippy. Today we have a special guest, and it's Mitchell Holdsworth. Mitchell's from down here in the Great Southern and lived most of his life down here and resides up near Mount Barker, works out of there farming and loves his fishing. How are you today, Mitch?
Yeah, good, thanks. And yourself?
Very good, mate. I've also noticed that you are building a boat at the moment with your brother. You obviously like all your water sports and fishing.
Yep.
Tell us a bit about how'd you get into fishing, mate? Was it from a young age?
Yeah, from Walpole was at a young age. My brother bought a big boat 10 years ago.
Yep.
And from there, just,
The Walpole Inlet going out through the break there?
Yeah, a few times, more in the recent years than
When you were younger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a tricky old break to get out there and back, isn't it?
Yeah, we almost got stuck a couple of times ago now.
Yeah.
About 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So did you do a lot of your fishing out of there?
50-50 sort of thing. I got a cousin in Manji that has a boat.
Yep.
And it's sort of halfway between Albany and Manji. Yeah.
Yep.
Sort of halfway point.
Yeah. And still plenty of fish out that way?
Oh, yeah, heaps, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Don't tell everyone that. Yeah. And we don't want to know the biggest jewies you've caught. I'm sure there's been a couple of them.
Yeah, there's been a few, yeah.
Yeah. And you get out in the real deep water?
Yeah, we head out, 300, 400, 500 metres.
Yep.
Often, so.
In the deep stuff?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, right. Electrics?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
sometimes manual jigging, it's a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Yep. And you guys have got the muscles to bring the big ones overboard by the look of it?
Oh, not all the time.
And you're obviously prepared because I was having a look the other day on your Instagram and you were cooking the snaggers on the back of the boat.
Yeah, that's it.
So you're out for the day, obviously. And
Yeah, most of the day normally.
when you get out that far, you've sort of got to hang around for a while until you
Yeah.
get some fish, don't you?
Yeah, I want to clean up and,
Yeah.
fill up the freezer.
Like most people think, do you still catch the majority of your fish in the early morning?
Yeah, on that daybreak, you get like all your nanny guy, your pinkies and stuff. Sometimes we go for harpooker and stuff. That's, all day sort of thing. So,
Yep.
yeah, I normally get that daybreak sort of thing and try to get back in before it's dark.
So are you one of these people that live for the weekends when you can get out in the boat?
Yeah, but, the weather down here is pretty average.
Now,
So,
don't look out the window, whatever you do.
so my boss is quite good when we're not seeding or harvest. Any day reasonably I can have off normally or swap it for a weekend or...
So he gets out of bed in the morning, he looks out through the window and he says, oh, Mitch ain't coming in today.
That's it. Basically, yeah.
Does that mean you got to drag him out there once or twice?
No, just bit of a fillet tax, just feed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets pretty seasick, so...
Yeah.
And he likes seafood, so...
That's not a bad trade-off then.
No, that's it.
Now, talking about taxes, do you get taxed much out in the water off Walpole and Albany?
Not a hell of a lot.
No? Small sharks mainly?
Yeah, probably half a dozen times in 3-4 years.
Oh, that's good.
Like down here mainly, so...
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Not as bad as up north.
No, that's it.
No, you get really taxed up there.
Yeah.
So tell us about this boat you're building. That looks pretty interesting.
So I was doing another boat to start off with, and then this guy that had the other boat asked if I wanted it or, interested in it. I said no. And then he sort of sent me a few photos and had a chat to him and he said, oh, if you don't take it, I'll take it to the dump. So that's when I took it on and had a look, and me and my brother's been doing it since.
Yeah, and it's nearly finished?
Yeah, getting very close. It's just, everyone gets busy with time. So,
Yep.
you might go hard for a few months and stop for a bit. And
What brand is it?
it's a Cobia, so it's made in USA.
Yep.
They still make boats today.
Yeah, wow.
So he was making it as a kit form, was he?
No, it was an old 90s
Oh,
hull.
it was
Yeah.
It was a hull that he had.
Yeah.
Refurbished.
And then he did work for, then realised it was all full of water, so all the stringers were all gone in it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And he just stripped it and left it for 2 years, realised he didn't have time.
Yeah.
How does that work? Did you like remake your own stringers and everything? Or
Just remade all the stringers, foam filled the hull,
Yeah.
floor, and just fibreglass everything all together, then got it painted and basically up to now.
Do you have to cut the stringers in pretty neat or?
Yeah, got it pretty neat. The factory ones up the front was all pretty good, but someone's done dodgy work down the back and it was all washing out, so I sort of tied them all in and glassed them all in.
And obviously you're going to fish out of it.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to fish out of it probably the first year and then might look at sort of selling it, sort of make a bit of profit and
Yep.
Yeah, look at jumping into something bigger or
Going from there.
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
What do you like catching the most?
I like nannies, but I also like the bigger sort of fish like hapuku and cods and stuff.
Do you
like
like nannies because of eating them?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're pretty sweet, aren't
but you
they?
can get a fair bit down here, but
Yeah, they're school fish. You can get a few at a time. And you're allowed 8, aren't you, per licence?
yeah, 8 per person. It's good catching heaps of them, but you spend half your day filleting them and you don't get much meat.
Around that side, Walpole side, is there any good size ones?
Yeah.
Are they still pretty, only like 1.5 kilo?
Like that average 650 sort of thing.
Yep.
So they're still quite a good size, sort of.
Yeah. I've noticed that around sort of Albany to Bremer, they get a bit bigger around there. But,
Yep.
they're a bit smaller on that side.
I remember out off Walpole once, me and the boys had a bit of a lads trip out there and stayed at Rest Point. And I'd never been out deep, and we took my boat out and one of the boys had another decent boat. And we got just out past the channel going, what's that island out there?
Chatham, is it?
Yeah, it's the first one as you go out. And
Yep.
Anyway, we had a couple of lures out and we've hooked up to like this 1.2 metre sambo. And we just thought this was awesome, like no spots, no nothing. Went out and got a queenie and a pinky and a couple other bits and pieces. We're like, we're coming back here, and we've never been back.
Probably not for a sambo, mate.
No. It was good fun though,
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with eating a sambo, though.
No.
We've found that out as long as you eat it fresh.
Oh, there's like 15 of us boys. That was our dinner, and then jumped in the boat and up to the pub.
What's the most unusual fish you've caught out deep in the 300-400 metres?
I've got a silver dory,
Silver dory.
and that was 600-700 mil sort of thing.
Any of those big deep sea flatties out there?
Yeah, get a few of those.
Yeah, they're good eating.
yeah.
They are.
Sometimes they sort of hang with the shark, so you think you got all these green eyes coming up, and there'll be a big flathead on the end.
They're pink flesh. They're just so nice.
Oh yeah,
So nice to eat. We get the odd one in here from professional fishermen, and we always keep it for lunch. They're just fantastic.
Yeah, that's
eating.
it.
Yeah. What's your biggest fish you caught?
Got a 8-bar cod off Peaceful Bay probably 6 months ago, and we weighed it. That we had scales that went to 32 kilos, and that maxed out instantly.
Wow.
There's a big boy.
There's a photo of me. Everyone's thinking I'm holding it out towards the camera, but it's like against my body, and it's above my head and below my knees, sort of thing.
Yeah, you're not a little lad.
No,
either.
that's it.
35 kilos or something.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
A whopper. And you like going squidding?
Yeah, you go sort of as often as I can. Down here, it's sort of good if it's too rough. You can sort of still going close. Get your feed, get your bait for next time.
Do you live bait at all?
Not a hell of a lot, no.
No, squid's good bait.
Yeah,
though,
that's
isn't
it. Yeah.
Yeah, is that what you use out there most of the
Yeah,
time?
normally like squid heads or
Yeah.
flaps or even whole squid.
Yeah.
When you go out and you're fishing that deeper water, you don't like pulling the line up that often, even though you got an electric reel.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I don't mind it.
Do you wait until something decent gets on it? If a little sucker gets on there, do you just leave him there for a bigger?
Oh, sometimes you're either on or not sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite a funny trick. My brother, he drops down, feels a nanny, and he sort of leaves it down there, waits for the next one, or the third one, he normally flicks them all off and gets one or something like that, or none of them.
Yeah, it's a long way down.
Yeah.
We were ruby fishing up near, I was between Coral Bay and Exmouth, and we were out in 350 metres or something.
Yep.
And we were backing into this sou'wester, trying to keep the sinker on the bottom, 2 massive sinkers.
Yep.
And the water was just coming over, smashing us. We had 2 electrics out over the back, and I just turned around to my brother and I said, I've had a guts full of this.
Yeah.
I said, mate, there's no fish down there. Yeah, we'll be right. Keep backing into this sou'wester, and there's massive waves coming over the back of the boat. Going, nah, get us out of here, no fish.
I've had enough of this.
I think the week later they went out there and they cleaned up. They got these massive big rubies, and, well, we didn't do any good because I don't think the weather was too good that day. So that was my deep sea fishing.
Yeah. I've never done the old electrics out deep.
Yeah, that's deep water when you're going down 400 metres.
Yeah. I used to do it manual because I used to get seasick, and doing something with your hands, you sort of don't think about getting seasick, but
Kept
now
you a bit
once I've got over it
stimulated.
now I just use electrics or
Yeah.
like I say, manual jig wad's pretty fun as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
I normally drop electric, make sure there's fish down there before you do that.
What do you get on the menu?
That's a good idea.
On the jigging down there?
Get all sorts, like you still get your nannies in 200 metres,
Yeah, well,
and then all your harpooker, blue eye,
yeah.
and you don't normally get your green eyes on jigs as often,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
so it cuts out that bycatch.
Yeah. How big of jigs do you have to do for that?
I've used my electric for jigging as well,
Yeah.
up to like 2 kilos.
Oh,
Then
wow.
manual was probably 500 grams.
Yeah.
Yeah, ran out start of the year and we did quite well on harpooker and basically dropped manual jig and didn't even have time to lift it up and it just bent over.
Oh,
Thought it was on a rock sort of thing. Then
Yeah.
rock just took off, had head shakes and
yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, that's good. That's what you're out there for, isn't
Yeah.
it? And you're whiting when you go out squidding, you know?
Not a hell of a lot. I've been going out in the tinny and been getting a handful in like half an hour sort of thing, then
Yeah.
go home. Otherwise, I've been going out with another guy and he just targets whiting sort of thing.
Yeah.
They're pretty good, the old whiting down here.
Yeah.
They're beautiful fish to eat.
Yeah, you go deep, so you get all these fish good, but then you go in close to get these whiting and they taste way better than most species. So
It doesn't cost
Yeah.
you as much in
that's
fuel
it,
either.
that doesn't bash you back or
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to keep putting your hand in the pocket when you're going out deep.
yeah.
And what sort of line do you use out there in the deep?
We just use 80-pound J braid on the main reels and a 100-pound leader. Then
Does the job?
yeah, then make a rig out about 200-pound all crimped together.
Yep. When you're catching harpooker, I mean, I've had some harpooker in here that are 15 kilos.
Yeah, yep.
They get big, some of those.
Oh yeah.
And those big 8-bar and that, when you're getting up to 35, you need to make sure you keep them on the line, don't
Yeah,
you?
that's it, yeah.
You don't want to lose them.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So you got to have pretty heavy gear.
Not with all the effort that you put into them.
Yeah.
What boat are you going out there in at the moment? What have you got?
I don't have a boat, which is quite funny. Everyone sees me fishing all the time, but I got probably 4 or 5 people. That
Plenty of mates.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so I just look after them. Pay them fuel.
Yeah.
Bait. What if they want a hand the day before?
Yeah.
And I'm always clean the boat, clean the fish.
As long as you can get out there fishing.
Yeah, that's
pay
it.
your way, so to speak, and
Yeah.
just go help them out.
How far's the boat off been finished?
I keep telling people a couple of months, but that's been going on for like a year now.
Surely you're not going to sell it once you finish.
Probably just use it for a bit and
Be nice
see
to
how
have
it
a boat
goes.
in the garage. Yeah.
Has it always been a bit of a dream to build a boat, or
Not really. It's just sort of time and place, and
something that happened,
And-
spirit of the moment, and
and the guy that had the boat beforehand, he bought all the fiberglass and gear.
yeah,
We only had to buy a few drums of resin and stuff.
it's not so bad.
So
is it?
yeah,
And you get out beach fishing much?
not as much as I should.
Yeah.
I go down Bornholm.
Yeah.
Like I used to do that a lot because I used to work on the farm up the top there.
Oh, all right.
So I used to go down there every second, third weekend sort of thing.
Yeah.
Help a few people out down there?
Not too much.
That's a no.
No. I haven't seen anything too bad. We got stuck down there one night. We've been going there for years and, always low tires, never had problems.
Yeah.
And then we went down there with my uncle one night, went down the main track and the beach was all washed out. So we went out the main track. You know that little sand track down the side there?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, we went down that and the beach was still washed out. It's like midnight.
Oh.
And then, we'll go home now. We got stuck there for about 4 hours.
Oh no.
Just couldn't get out.
She's a pretty treacherous old beach
Yeah.
when she wants to ease, isn't it?
Yeah, ended up getting the brother's car up, up high.
Yeah.
Uncle's car had the winch, so he started winching himself out, and
Can you catch fish off the beach there?
yeah, done quite well on Taylor
Oh, yep, Taylor. Yeah,
and Silver Brim. Sometimes you can't get past the Silver Brim, like the Taylor's there, but
yeah.
as soon as you cast in, you're just on the Silver Brim.
It's pretty deep. I reckon it's almost like a bit of a sanctuary or something.
Yeah.
You know?
It's very reef fish. It's like a reef comes in from both ways.
Yeah.
So, salmon as well. They sort of come in one way, sort of do that sort of running out the other side.
Yeah.
The fish probably think that they're pretty safe there because once people go down there, they don't go back for a second time.
Yeah, they're not coming back.
Yeah.
Or else they get stuck there like Tom Hanks, mate,
Yeah.
on an island.
Yeah. Unless they know how to drive a four-wheel drive, they're not coming back.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of footage of Bornholm, but I'll have to get you to take me there one day, Chunk.
You serious about that, are you?
I might have to go with Mitch. He comes out safely.
That's it.
I couldn't imagine you'd want a heavy car to go down there, though. You'd want something pretty light, wouldn't you?
Oh, my car's still 3 tons.
Is it?
Yeah.
Got plenty of poke behind it, has it?
Yeah, just low tyres and
Yeah.
just,
like any full drive, you just got to understand your vehicle.
Yeah.
Which is just time,
Yep.
So that's the thing I'm not liking about my new car at the moment. I've got to learn to drive it. I've never had an automatic in my life, and I've got an automatic.
You got all the buttons turn on and off and beeps and carries on.
Yeah, nice to drive, but off-road it's just...
Not the same.
Yeah, it's like being 18 again.
Yep.
No locking hubs anymore either, mate.
No.
Tell us something about your times out on the water, mate. Has there been some hairy times, scary times, fun times?
Thinking about this today, I almost rolled my cousin's boat at Walpole mouth and just, hit the sandbar, turned sideways and had breakers come over the side sort of thing.
Oh.
But got out of that, all right. I got another mate I fish with a lot, but when it's time to go home, he wants to have one or two more drifts.
Yeah,
of course.
So we ran out. It was last minute decision, like 9 o'clock at night. Called him. Oh, it's pretty calm up to midday. Staying close, and that looked good. We knew the wind was coming up at midday. I think it came up about 11, and then we came back around Bald Head there, and probably 4, 5, 6 metre breakers going straight into the Bald Head. So we spent probably an hour driving like all the way across the break, see, and then did basically a hairpin turn and had to go straight back towards Bald Head, sort of zigzag through there.
Oh.
And it took 2 hours just to get from Bald Head to the marina.
No way.
So
that's a bit hairy.
Yeah. And then the last time we got like this bronzy at 2 people's there, and we got it to the boat quite well. Then we went to go tail rope it, went spastic, sort of took off sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then broke the rod in half, broke the wheel off the rod. So there's 3 people. One person had to hold the rod, like the rod tip had to hold the reel to the rod. Someone had to reel the reel, and then someone had to get the gloves and they were lifting the line because this thing went down about 50 odd metres.
Oh, no.
And then we finally got it to the boat. All good. It was just under maximum size, so we kept it, trying to bring it through the back transom door. With the scuffers, they got stuck open and had someone on the outside, 3 people on one side, so we had water coming into the boat and it couldn't get out. So, and then the shark got stuck in the transom, so it got to the point where we had probably 300-400 mil of water across the deck.
Wow.
So someone had to eventually start driving and had to get all the water out. Yeah.
Didn't anyone say, let's cut this shark loose?
Oh, it got to the point where it just got stuck in the transom door and we couldn't get rid of it or couldn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then to top it off, the skippy chopped its head off a little bit later. I'll get my hook out of its mouth and go get the hook out of the mouth and it latched down and bit his finger.
No way.
We all laugh about him being a shark attack survivor.
He wasn't even in the water.
No, that's it.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah. But it was a nice big bronzy. It tasted real good. So.
Oh, good eating.
Yeah, bit of carnage for a while.
I bet you the bloke who got his finger cut off, bitten, he thought it tasted good.
Yeah, that's it.
Have you done much fishing out of chains or anywhere like that?
Not much. Done salmon fishing off the beach there for years.
Yeah, that's a bit of fun.
And then one of the guys I go fishing with, he's started adventuring out that way. We haven't done that good, but we still get a feed.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, it's good to know the water that you're fishing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
You go to the same spots and as long as they haven't been hammered, you can usually get a good feed.
Yeah. Just been a bit weird last few times, been like heaps of fish on the bottom and just not grabbing anything or...
Yeah, right. Change your season.
Yeah, early on in the year, this year, the boys were telling me that they were going out. When was that? Around March and that. And there was plenty of fish out there, but they weren't eating. They weren't biting.
Yeah, we got quite lucky with those harpooka at the start of the year.
They were talking about, obviously the water's a bit warmer and that, but they were talking about the fish being there.
It's not biting.
Bringing back half as much as they usually get.
Yeah.
That was a bit weird.
I've been looking at the pressure a lot. I noticed that has a little bit to do with it. Seems like you have these good days you go out and don't catch much and the pressure will be low. Or
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's interesting. You haven't caught any mahi or mackerel out there, have you, mate?
No, I haven't really targeted them. So
No, not trawling that much.
Nah.
But, there's a few of them getting caught down here now.
Yeah, I've heard a few people get
out
stuck
at
in
the fad.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. There's obviously going to be more caught down here.
Yeah, as the years go on, absolutely.
We got 3 Jewies in the shop yesterday, which from a professional, which we haven't had for quite some time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he was out that side and on the west side. But I haven't had any probably for 3-4 months.
We've been getting odd ones here and there. That guy that got bitten by the shark, we had a day off during midweek sort of thing. Basically, great weather. And we went out there, rough as guts. And we got straight in our nannies, all good. And we had heaps of spots in the cold ground on the way home. And he hates scorpion fish. And it started raining and every spot, nothing was happening. And finally he caught a scorpion fish. He said, no, we're going home. And we got probably about 10 Ks out from the bay. And we came across this spot and it sort of dropped off. It all went calm, sunny. I sort of laughed to him. I said, let's just stop. We only need 4 Jews and we go home. And we stopped and, 3 drifts, we had 4 Jews. So then we went home. So
and is that what you said before you?
Yeah.
Really?
I was joking to him, just 4 Jews and we'll go home. And, sure enough.
Talking a bit of rubbish out on the water, as we all do.
Everyone likes a bit of stirring up.
Absolutely.
All right, that's what we're going to do next time we go out, Chuck.
Yeah, that's simple.
Say the magic words.
Let's get 4 Jews.
Yeah. Well, I like eating pink, so I'm going to say we need 6 pinks off this spot before we go home. That'll do me.
What else? Where would you love to go fishing? That you have dream spot?
I went to Mackerel Islands last year.
Yeah.
And enjoyed that. I would like to get back up there. I was going to go this year, but go to Nalu instead.
Yeah.
Anywhere up the West Coast, or kind of want to go across to New Zealand.
Oh, yeah.
And as boring as it sounds, catch harpooka and same things you get here, but a bit different over there.
Yeah.
And even swordfish as well.
Yeah.
What's the Mackerel Islands like?
Yeah, I loved it.
Did a bit of everything there?
Yeah.
Trolling and
especially the rest of the angler sort of thing.
Yeah.
You pull up to the beach, they have, a handful of people that all unload your boat, moor up on such and such, go more up, they bring a lure boat out, they pull you into shore, and at that time, all your stuff is already in your cabin.
Yeah.
And then, just organisation. Every afternoon, the fill carts down by the beach, they help you fill up. Come around every morning, did you want ice? Yeah, we'll take ice and ice in your freezer, good to go.
Yeah.
7 o'clock every night, all food, just, you don't have to think about it.
Really?
It's just easy.
Just go fishing.
Yeah, that's it.
Tell a few tall stories.
That's like 5-star living, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Go fishing all day and come back to a cooked meal.
Yeah, just everyone, looks after you and everyone's there for the same reason. Yeah.
You just went in one boat?
I went in Corg's boat. Majority, a guy took me because Corg was up there for a week prior.
Yep.
And then another guy took me up there, so I ran a few times with him. And then towards the end of the week, ended up going on Scotty Coughlin's boat, went sail fishing.
They have it for like 3 weeks, don't they?
Yeah, so it's 3
weeks.
weeks.
Do any part of it, sort of thing.
So you book first, second, or third, or 2 weeks, or
what'd you catch up there?
Just cold trout.
Oh, just coral
Just-
trout.
Yeah. But then we had
Just one of the better eating fish out
poor
there.
man's fish. Yeah.
But we really ran out for 3 days. Got cold trout, red emperor. Below 20 metres of water, over 20 metres, you seem to get sharked instantly.
So you only got to fish in 20 metres of water.
Yeah.
That's pretty handy.
And then all your mackerel and stuff like that.
So further away from the island, there's a lot of sharks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, there's that magic number of like 21 metres. As soon as you hook up for fish,
So
you've gone.
Were you just sort of light line fishing and that?
Fairly heavy because you
Were you? Yeah.
get a few fish that do reef you.
Did you have really good weather?
Probably that 2 weeks. That first week was good. The second
In August, yeah?
Yeah, August, September. The second week was a little bit rough. You could have fished every day, but we sort of bagged out. So, wandered around the island, chat to people and more just relax and, enjoy the island.
You can
that's good.
freeze your catch and bring it back, that sort of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, sounds like a great, especially staying in cabins. You're not
that's it,
camping on the beach in your swag or anything.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to put that on the bucket list, or I've actually put it on the bucket list already.
You already have.
Yeah, I think I might be doing it next year or the year after.
Yeah.
Get the son organised, and he goes to Onslow a lot and Exmouth and that, and I've not been out to any islands before, so I wouldn't mind going out and doing that. Yeah. Sounds like a great trip.
They got fuel out there on the island, you said, didn't you? Yeah.
It's pretty expensive. 'Cause my brother, he went there a week before, or a couple of weeks before, and because they use so much fuel then, they got a bit cheaper, but still $3 a litre.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, that's okay when you're talking about being on an island up there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my cousin and my brother, they were doing 80, 90 Ks one way each day sort of thing. So they were going massive distances.
Yeah.
But they were catching good fish. So
trawling up there? Anyone do any trawling like for sailies or anything like that?
yeah, that's got Scotty. He was getting into them a fair bit.
Yeah.
Then when I went out with him towards the end of the week,
That's
we
good
hooked
fun.
up probably 6 or 7 and snapped off all of them. So bit of a pain, but it
That's
is what
all right.
it is.
Yeah.
It's how
It is what it
fishing
is.
goes.
That's right. You can't catch them all, can you?
Nah.
There's so many different types of fishing you can do in our state. I mean,
Oh yeah.
but then you know, like I was going to say, you can then go bill fish.
Yeah.
You know, bill fishing out of Exmouth, or you can actually do that out of any size boat. I mean, it's not hard. When I was up there at GameX a few years ago, there was people in 18-footers and that, you know.
Yep.
They're all out there in the competition having a wow of a time.
Yeah,
You don't need anything extraordinary. You just need to have good gear and probably, you know, a couple of blokes on your boat are a pretty serious fishermen, and
That's it.
you can do all sorts of fishing. Yeah, it's not a bad place to live. The only thing, we got to travel a bit to get up there, don't we?
Yeah, but still only like 2 days.
Couple of days.
If you can,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, we've done overnighters all the time. Well, from Perth up to Coral Bay, but, you know, it's only 1,100 Ks or something. But from down here, travelling another 400, so... Yeah,
You're too excited to sleep, I reckon.
That's
yeah.
it,
The
It's
adrenaline's pumping.
Come on, boys, let's get out of here.
Especially like going Nalu. Normally we go to just before Carnarvon the first day, and then next day you do all your shopping, then you drive out to Nalu. Not often you're fishing that first day, so you just take your time.
Yeah.
And then, get ready for the
It's
following
exactly
days.
what we do when we go to Coral Bay.
Yep.
You get about 3/4 of the way, you pull into Carnarvon, you fill up with everything.
Yep.
And then you only got 250 Ks to go, and you're into it.
Yeah, that's it.
I think last time we went up last year, we had a fish that afternoon, actually. We couldn't keep anyone in the unit. Everyone wanted to get in the boat that arvo. It was about 2 o'clock in the arvo.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah. Pretty good place for it, fishing.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Mm. What's your best fishing gear you like using? You use bait a lot, but do you like anything apart from bottom meats? Any good stuff that's on the market these days that people start using or you see a bit of?
It's basically about a year ago I got into jigging. Always thought it was a bit odd, or no one really had, done much of it.
Mm.
And then from there I bought, 3 manual jigging rods and thousands of dollars worth of jigs, and got right into it now. So,
have you still got thousands and thousands of dollars worth of jigs, or have you lost half of them?
I probably lost most of them. but every time you go in, a tackle shop, you see what's on special, and
we were up in Fremantle the other day, and I just happened to find a tackle shop that was closing down. And
we were driving up, and he goes, we might go to this shop in Freo, and.
Well, I didn't know it was closing down.
No, you didn't. That's my point.
I wanted to catch up with someone who I knew was around there.
Yeah. Is that AF?
Yeah, AFW.
Yeah, I went there last year. Mrs. has a house nearby, and just called in there out of the blue. And not many shops have the kilo jigs. Trailblazers do, and they happened to had some there, and they didn't have a price tag. Grabbed a couple, normally about $50 a piece. Yeah, I grabbed 4 of them, and they came out to like $60 for 4 of them.
Oh,
and I thought, I'll really
rush out
of the store, and then
I'm out of here.
And then I told a mate. He said, see if they still like that. And then the next day, and sure enough, I think they were just on sale or old style.
Yeah. No, well, they're closing down.
But that was such a good tackle shop right at the marina.
Yes.
You couldn't go wrong, could you?
No, they've been there for quite some time too.
So they're there.
Yeah, we sort of got a couple little bits and pieces, didn't we, Chunk?
We did.
Yeah.
Well, when there was a closing down sale out the front as we were walking in, I was like, this is not a good idea.
Don't say that. Don't say that too loudly. We don't want the missus to hear that, all right? We didn't tell anyone we were going to Perth to go fishing tackle shopping. We had other reasons.
But anyway.
Yeah, there's another tackle shop in Perth. They sell bulk real cheap.
Yeah.
They will send it to you. I've sort of caught them out, adding a lot on the postage. So when I go up there, sort of call in there.
What one's that?
Diamond Networks.
Yeah, okay.
They sell like boxes of hundreds or thousands of hooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and real cheap.
Now, we always ask your favourite food dish or a bit of a unique thing that people might not have experienced in their life. What's yours?
Not so much unique as such. I like steak.
Yep.
Sort of thing. I've found a recipe that you mix bourbon in with garlic sauce.
Yeah.
On that recipe, I found if you use honey bourbon, it just gives a real nice taste to it. So,
and you soak it in like in a marinade overnight, or just...
No, you cook the steak on the pan.
Yeah.
Use a steak juice, garlic in there, cream.
Yeah.
And just a bit of honey, whiskey, bourbon sort of thing.
Just drizzled on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That makes your sauce and goes real nice.
Yeah,
Which is another good reason to go carnivore.
It sounds like we'll be trying this one.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's completely carnivore, but it sounds like a good recipe to
We'll
me.
be giving that one a go.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's just one of those recipes I've seen on Facebook.
Yeah.
All in one day, I screenshotted it and I know I normally screenshot it and delete it, 6 months down the road. But I thought, no, I'll give it a go. And with bourbon, it was good. But, with that honey bourbon, it was
even better.
Really good, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll convince most men about that one.
Yeah, it was good, yeah. Even the missus likes it. So.
Very good.
Thanks, Mitchell. Thanks for coming in and seeing us.
Yeah.
And even though the weather today is not that great for fishing, I'm sure you'll be out very, very soon.
Oh, yeah.
Now that you've finished sitting on a tractor for a little bit and you get a bit of time up your sleeve.
Yeah.
And it actually looks really good towards the end of the week.
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
Hopefully there's not too big a swell and hopefully you get back out there and get into the big fellas, mate. Thanks for coming.
No, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, all good. Thank you.